What's going on, everyone? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So today I finally unlocked Diamond for the PKM. So I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this for quite a while since the season pretty much released. And yeah, I finally unlocked it. I did my 120 games. And honestly, throughout this entire time of using the PKM, it was actually pretty satisfying. It was really fun to use an LMG like this. I really like the challenge. So at first I didn't think this was doable because I've been hearing like about this bug where it stops like after 50 games, like it stops tracking, but apparently that's not the case. Maybe it just happens for some people, but it apparently didn't happen for me unless they patched it or something like that before I even started. But yeah, I figured in this video I'd talk about my final thoughts for the PKM. I am going to make some comparison videos in the future for this weapon, comparing it to the Holger, comparing it to the RPD and all that stuff. I know a lot of people are going to want to see that because I've been seeing a lot of people comparing this to the Holger. And I just actually got a comment a few minutes ago saying that they want to petition to nerf down the Holger and the PKM. So I don't really know how much damage this weapon is doing so far in multiplayer because I've only been stuck in shipment. And for the 2 games that I want to get for this weapon in Diamond, it just happens to be shipment. So my overall review of the PKM, it's a very solid LMG with a lot of power, a lot of questionable power for some people. And yeah, a lot of players are not really satisfied with that because obviously we have another high damage LMG just like the Holger. I will say this, there is quite a difference between the two, obviously with fire rates and movement and such. The PKM is a much slower weapon compared to the Holger. I was using no stock in this particular gameplay, and the benefit for no stock isn't as high as it is for the Holger. If anything, the no stock actually affects the ADS speed more than the ADS movement speed. You know, for the most part, I think what the Holger is like, maybe like 40% ADS movement speed, but here it's like maybe 10%. So it's not really a huge upgrade in ADS movement speed. So yeah, you have to be very careful with this particular LMG because you can't just rush like it's nothing, just like the Holger. It's a completely different LMG and it requires a lot more patience, a lot more, I guess, if you could say skill, because I mean there is a lot more recoil when it comes to this weapon compared to the Holger. I mean the Holger is literally a laser. You can put all the fast attachments and it literally won't budge. But for this one there is a lot of vertical recoil, so you have to find a way to put the attachments just right so it won't bounce as often while maintaining speed and overall just control, I guess. So the best attachment option was kind of hard to come up with. I mean, there was a lot of trial and error, but I think I got it just right so you could actually maintain some speed while having a lot of good recoil control. So the attachments that I have for you guys is no stock OWC light compensator, OWC laser tactical, snatch foregrip, as well as rubberized grip tape. This will give you pretty much enough recoil control to actually take down enemies from medium to long ranges. But yeah, like I said, this is really the best I could do with the PKM. Like I said, it's not a bad LMG, but with movement, you kind of suffer a lot, especially if you want to rush. But if you're kind of like being a little bit passive, or I guess a little bit more reserved in matches, I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good setup. You don't have to rush with this completely, but you could kind of like, I guess, semi-camp, move a little bit from like place to place. But like, of course, don't stay there and be like a douche for like the whole match, you know? So I really don't encourage camping. If anything, I'm like one of the people that advocates against it. But yeah, anyways, these are my final thoughts for the PKM. Like I said, very solid LMG. Don't worry, I will be comparing them closely with the Holger as well as, I guess, the RPD, because I mean they're both very similar weapons, so I mean, why not? So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you leave a like, make sure to subscribe. So I guess I'll see you guys next time.